This is Valley News Live at noon.
We continue to follow the case of a missing woman. Family members say they believe she may be in danger and are urging local authorities to do more. The Fargo Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating 30-year-old Jessica Hauser. She was last seen around 9 at night in downtown Fargo, and family tells us they haven't heard from her since Thursday. She's 4'11", with a thin build, with brown eyes and brown hair. And if you have any information, call police at 451-7660. We have an update now. Listen to our newsroom. A 2-year-old who was abducted out of southern Minnesota is safe after being found in another state. The Minneapolis Police Department says Natasha Muhammad was last seen yesterday afternoon, and they feared she may be in danger. Police say her older sister, Amina Muhammad, took her without permission. Amina suffers with mental health issues and paranoia. Amina is in police custody, and the toddler is in protective custody. Police say they are overwhelmingly thankful that the child was found safe. New information on a man who attacked a Valley News Live crew in North Fargo. Police tell us they identified the man and tried making contact with him overnight, but he wouldn't open the door. Here's what happened. Reporter Nashay Taylor and photographer Michael Downs were setting up for a live remote to lead off our last night's 9 o'clock newscast when the man approached them at 1418 First Avenue North. Our crew says he got out of his vehicle holding a screwdriver. You can see he then stabs the camera that our photographer was holding and yelling for us to get off the property. Our crew was set up on the sidewalk, which is public property, and the guy got back into his truck and drove away when Nashay said she was calling police. Now, Fargo police also confirmed with us that the man is the owner of the property and had been at a city commission meeting earlier in the night about issues at his property. Police say the suspect could be facing criminal mischief and disorderly conduct charges. Now, the story our crew was covering at the time of the assault was a building that the city had deemed unsafe and wanted demolished. This comes after a fire ripped through the building back in December, causing more than $200,000 in damages. Since then, the city has been requesting that the owner tear it down, but that hasn't happened. The owner has until June 30th to tear it down before the city steps in. The North Dakota Attorney General's office now says they are investigating the Taco and Margarita Festival that happened in North Fargo over the weekend. They say they received one complaint so far about the event. Many people tell us they waited in line for an hour to get food and drinks, only to find out that the vendors ran out of food. The festival's main organizer is apologizing and said he takes full responsibility. Other organizers say those who want a refund will receive communication about how to get their money back within a few weeks. Well, it was a cool start to the morning, but at least it's sunny now. But how long should we expect this? Let's check in with Summer Snowball. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you as well, Brian. It definitely was a chilly start to our day. We were forecasting many locations to fall below freezing, and that's exactly what happened. 19 degrees was this morning's low temperature in Rolla and Harvey, 21 degrees from Langdon down through Carrington, 25 in Grand Forks and in Mahnomen, 26 in Fargo, 27 in Fergus Falls, with the warmest air being from Baudette down through Alexandria in central Minnesota. Right now, looking at the Dakota Winds golf course, there were a few golf carts moving around just a few minutes before the top of the show, but I think they maybe got a little camera shy. They are enjoying some sunshine out there. We are seeing a few clouds developing over northern Minnesota and just a few passing through the Grand Forks region. But aside from that, many of us are enjoying some sunshine. Temperatures, though, are still chilly. We're all pretty much in the 40s this afternoon with a breeze out of the north. But to all my Star Wars fans out there, happy May the 4th, and may the 4th be with you on this chilly but sunny day. Brian, stick around because we have some showers and, yes, some flakes to talk about coming up.
Perfect. We'll stay tuned with you in a few minutes to find out what we should expect. Thanks, Summer. Well, Barnesville, Minnesota woman accused of killing a foster child has now pleaded guilty. Her plea comes 1 week before she was slated to go to trial. Kelly Jo Anderson is charged with second-degree murder in the death of 18-month-old Henry, who had been in her care since April 2019. Court documents say Henry was brought to the Sanford Emergency Room, blue and lifeless, on April 23rd of last year. Officers reported bruises on the toddler's back and side, a bump on his head, and bruises on his face. A preliminary autopsy found the child likely died from asphyxia associated with blunt force trauma. If convicted, Anderson could spend up to 40 years in prison. Fire damaged a home in North Fargo this morning. A person passing by noticed fire on the porch at 813 College Street and tried to put it out before calling the fire department. That person had minor smoke inhalation but refused treatment. The home has damage to the siding and front door area. No word yet on how the fire started. And still no word on the cause of a fire at a Moorhead mobile home yesterday evening. It happened at 1300 3rd Avenue South, that's north and east of the MSUM campus. One person was inside at the time and tried to put out the flames before calling 911. A woman is accused of crashing her ex-boyfriend's funeral in South Fargo, running over grave sites and trying to hit people with her car. Fargo police were called to Riverside Cemetery for a disturbance. The father of the man who was being buried said the woman wasn't welcomed. Another family member said the suspect accelerated her car toward him so quickly that he had to jump out of the way. The 28-year-old Blair Whitten of Barnesville is charged with reckless endangerment. The city of Fargo is renewing its agreement with Cass County Vector Control to spray for mosquitoes. And unlike Moorhead, it's keeping the option of aerial spraying as well as ground spraying. Earlier this month, Moorhead opted out of aerial spraying, at least for now, citing health concerns from the public. Now, as you plan your next business or leisure flight, you need to keep packing a face mask. Passengers on planes, trains, and buses have to wear a face mask until fall. TSA made the decision yesterday to extend the mask mandate until September. It was previously set to expire on May 11th. Children up to age 2 and people with certain disabilities are exempt from the rule. Fargo Airport officials say if you choose not to wear a mask, you will be removed from the building. Now, before booking your flight, make sure you check the airline's rules.
The airports across the country are doing everything they can to try and be as consistent as possible for that passenger experience. So what you see at one airport's check-in counter and at the checkpoint is consistent with what you will encounter at another airport.
Now, the North Dakota Army National Guard is still offering rapid testing at the airport from 10 in the morning until 10 at night. Results come in just 15 minutes. Make sure to get to your terminal at least an hour and a half before boarding. Well, coming up at noon, health experts say herd immunity may not be attainable in the U.S. The FDA has just approved 5 at-home COVID tests to help control the spread of the virus. And it's sunny now, but could we see a change this afternoon or even throughout the week? Weather up next with Summer Snow.